I'm the only gay Eskimo. I'm the only one I know. I'm the only gay Eskimo in my tribe. Oh, hi, I didn't see you there. My name is Troublemaker. This is Wargame Cup, and we're going to watch a match between two people I have actually never seen play before. Our first player's name is Wolf. Simple, easy, elegant. And our second player's name is OneEyeShot, which implies that he has one eye, and he's a pretty good shot. And of course, the winner of this will be going on to face Ratus x Ratus, which is Latin for black rat. And we, of course, love Ratus x Ratus here. Absolutely no ill feelings. Don't hate the guy whatsoever. Nothing about his style we hate. But it'll be interesting to see what exactly Ratus x Ratus will have to be defending against. Of course, only one of these players will move on, so it will be a winner indefinitely. And, since there are people that I haven't actually seen that much of, it could be interesting. We're seeing two commands here from OneEyeShot, so we can go for something a little more standardish. He's got 4 helicopters and a recon. This is pretty standard for this map to get a lot of helicopters and a lot of recon, so that's good on him. And we have roughly the same thing from Wolf. Lots of tows. Going for a lot of these patents, interestingly enough. Tanks, of course, haven't been really good in the game for quite some time. And actually, Wolf is going to have a Delta Force. I believe this is Delta Force. And he's going to dump it in front here. And also give him a minor advantage. If it can be targeted down, that's great. If it can't, oh well. And initially, we see these the inclusion of these Cobras is causing a great distinction, as the Cobras, of course, are much better than these Gazelles, able to also dish out the rocket damage. As you get this first few helicopter kills, looks like he's going to pull out. There are, of course, anti-aircraft units all over the map that he's got to deal with. And where are we going to see commands? We have one going to stay at Foxtrot for now. Could move. And we have a second one hanging in the woods here. Not sure what he's going to do with it. He has it between the Charlie and Echo. If he can secure Charlie, looks like he'll probably want to move to Charlie. And for our buddy OneEyeShot, he's actually going to go for Delta and Golf for now. Very, very safe to do it this way. All the while, Wolf not so safe. He's got it all in position. He's got a lot of Martyr VTSI patents on rolling too. So it almost feels like he wants to push. And will he? He does. He will in fact push. And will he try and make this look like an all-in? That's another question that's kind of weird. Because when you have this many tanks, you generally don't all-in. Or you generally don't just sit around. And you usually don't have another command. You generally just kind of go for it. So he's got 2 VABs with some chassos FAMAS thrown out first. And will he unload now? Or will he wait? Looks like he's going to wait. Good move. Don't want to unload in the open. These Weasel MK20s, of course, can kite around infantry like a boss. And that's exactly what we see from OneEyeShot. He's trying to kite away from the infantry. He doesn't want to get dropped on. And now we have some toes moving out, and they're actually doing very good damage. Going to take out this Chaparral. Here comes 3 shots. Will they connect? All 3 missed. So now he's got 20 shots to FAMAS versus only 10 in the woods here. OneEyeShot's pulling everything back. Does he see these minor VTSIs? He does not. So as far as he knows, it's only the infantry, and he's playing very defensively against that. He will be in, of course, a hurt on when these modern VTSIs pull up and start unloading on all these vehicles. Very scary. Wolf playing very strategically. And right now he's moving command armor where? Nowhere. It's actually just going to sit for now. He's actually still trying to make it look like an all-in. And generally when you make it look like an all-in, a proper response from your opponent is to make a lot of infantry, a lot of defensive units. It looks like he's going to get the Vulcan as well. The Scimitar, however. The Scimitar! I always imagine these are driven by a Skeletor from He-Man. Looks like it's going to get routed, but it might survive. It'll provide some more eyes. And early good win here for Wolf. This is Wolf, right? Yes, this is Wolf. Good, good, good. I'm not ridiculous. And lots of harder Roland's moving up. Doesn't actually have any units that can do damage. But he's going to get the Gazelle. That's huge. 1 shot, 1 kill. Now he's going to pull his Rolands back because he doesn't really have an army here to defend the Rolands with. And in fact, it's going to get driven out by the AMX 10P. Delta Force, of course, still here. Still kicking. Going to knock down this Spartan with some of them there concussive grenades. If it actually hits. And looks like some Spartans move across. Wolf sees this with VABs and is able to get them to dump early. Grenades are going off. Oh my god, they're so huge. One Fusilier squad stranded. Will the other one get stranded? Looks like just one stranded squad, and the other one has been dumped at a location where it should be able to defend itself. And this is an interesting little play for the bridges so far. Wolf finally moving the commander up. Looks like he's actually going to go for Alpha. He's pushed across the bridge, and he's going to plant his flag in enemy location. Never mind, he's totally not going for Alpha. He's kind of moved along the road, and he's going to go for Charlie. This will give him a moderate lead as far as points go. He might also consider moving this command armor here over to Echo. It's a faster reinforcement point for both of his flanks that he currently has. And he'll do better with it. Really not a lot of anti-air here for One Eye, but he is able to kind of push away this Cobra. It's got the dreaded Hydro Cannon. It's pretty expensive too. You might be able to pick off this Weasel MK20. It's out of fuel, and all he needs to do is put a tow like right here along this line here, and he can shoot that Weasel relative ease. And that's one of the big advantages of this map, is that there's a lot of open area, and so people who play with heavy infantry as their standard, as their token, as nothing else but infantry, they have a lot of problems with this map. 4 Martyr VTSIs can move up and pick up some Spartan. He says, I want me some Spartan. Spartan, of course, anti-infantry vehicle. Not going to be particularly favorable on this map. These Martyr VTSIs are going to be the weapon of choice for this map. I mean, that's realistically why so many players just continuing to win. And Cobra also going to pick off another unit. Looks like a Raritan. So we see Wolf is playing very tactically, very strategically, just picking up small groups of units. And in fact, we see One Eye is actually going to move up his own group of Martyr VTSIs. He has 3 of them. Toes from the distance are going to fire on these Rolands. Did he hit the Rolands? He did hit the Rolands. That's a huge win. Rolands, of course, very expensive and very useful. Raritan's getting pulled up to deal with the Toes. We saw MK20s providing support as they get refueled and restocked by the HEMTT. The Delta Force actually getting pulled out of cover to go and kill off that Toe. And now it's support vehicle versus support vehicle. And one support vehicle has support coming. And he's getting more health as he takes damage. I think the Weasel MK20 might actually die, but hold the phone. The Martyr VTSIs are doing insane damage. They're going to tear this apart. Looks like both players will lose their vehicles. One Raritan could escape, and it does. There's kind of like a weird safe zone here that's kind of blind. I don't know if that's a bug or what, but it's kind of weird. All the while, looking at Wolf tactically, what he's done, he's taken and secured the 5-point location. He's taken and secured the 3-point location. By securing this 3-point location, it means that his opponent, OneEyeShot, can't take it himself. This limits OneEyeShot to only Golf and only Delta. It also means that he's able to get more units out, which means that he'll be able to stomp in his opponent easier. And if you look at like the unit counts, Wolf has a fairly significant lead in that regard. And it will only get bigger and bigger and bigger as the game continues. And also, somewhere in the middle of this, there's a multi-rocket launcher deployed here by Wolf. Still hasn't moved this command armor off to this oh-so-great Echo location. Probably should think about that. It's extra 1 point a second, faster reinforcement point. He doesn't have an FOB, and that's one of these considerations. If you have an FOB, well, you might as well try and hold your main base, but he doesn't have one, so there's no trying and holding. And we're in this mid-game. It's a little bit awkward here. People are just kind of trying to push out what units they need. And we're going to see lots of infantry coming from OneEyeShot and from Wolf. Also lots of infantry. Both players going for a lot of infantry. And a Scout Scorpion. Twisted and used. Taking a single tank destroyer to try and destroy this Chaparral. This is a lot of stuff that that Komarami likes to do, except he obviously performs a little bit better. Chasseurs from us drop onto Fusiliers, not going to go anywhere. There's 30 units here. He's going to need a big major mobilization, and here comes the big major mobilization. Modern VTSIs, Roland 2s, all getting deployed. And he can actually do a lot of damage with this. He's coming in from the back flank. He's capturing these VTSIs. They're completely out in the open, not where they want to be. And there's a Scorpion here as well. He can get both of these. And all the while, he's making a push into Delta, the main base of his opponent. These things sure do fire slowly, though. And one Mard VTSI goes down. You can probably get both of them. He has to chase, though. And we see a Raritan pushing forth, getting gunned down by the Fusiliers. I'm not sure I agree with this bridge policy of his. There's a tow across the river, ready to snipe what it can. Looks like the Mard VTSIs will get away. The Patton is chasing, but it's running out of fuel, actually. So maybe it won't chase. And here comes the infantry squad. A nice thing on this map, since this is an invisible location, you can actually drop your infantry and you can go in with them without losing anything. Free tip. You can thank me. Looks like he's not even going to use these to deal with the Fusiliers. He's trying to escape with them. And now we see modern VTSIs getting restocked by the Jupiter, but not really enough. And here comes the chase. Now there is an anti-aircraft, the Roland 2, which will be able to deal with this Gazelle. And here comes this winding up. Will it get the one-shot kill? But it misses. It misses. That's a pretty significant loss. That's 1/3. No, it's 1/10. Okay, 1/10 isn't so bad, but that's still a lot of ammo. Roland 2 is moving up into a closer supporting position. And a lot of artillery fire coming out for Wolf. Using these... I've been corrected. This isn't the OFI. I'm going to still call him the OFI, though. Apparently I see AUF-1. Also known as the OFI. Alright, we got Pattons on the field here for OneEyeShot as well. Some tows coming out. Tows are going to be the unit of choice right now. He's going to run forward with these Pattons, keep the tows where they are, and fire. He's actually got the vision already, so he doesn't have to rush with the Pattons yet. And we see a pullback here by Wolf. Gonna run to the cover of the woods. He realizes he's a little bit outgunned here. There's just too many of these tows to deal with all of his units. Tows, of course, have a limitation on their rockets, so that's kind of a big deal. Alright, so Wolf kind of squeezing out OneEyeShot here, but OneEyeShot might be able to get some pretty significant game-changing kills here. He just has to do this right. Tows out of ammunition. There's 2 more here with rockets. He should split those up, of course, so that they have different wind-up points. And multi-rocket launchers. Will he? He does go for this big open field. Doesn't really get any significant hits so far. We'll see though, because these things have a long range. Looks like the tows might take some damage. Tows get killed. Jupiter down. It was an empty tows, an empty Jupiter, but it was still a win. How do you sneak these 20 augers here? That must be these guys here that sweeped around. Kind of weird, kind of crazy. I like it. Oh, that was scary. I thought my computer was dying again. Alright, and so vehicles are down, so he's just really got these infantry here. And all while still pounding this very open location with artillery. There is no infantry here, so it's not going to be as effective as some crazy kills, but the rockets will do very, very good here. And he's moving up all these units. And this will be a great opportunity for him to ambush. And here's the ambush. The Gazelle is actually going to keep moving forward. It's getting lucky so far. A lot of these Roland shots are missing. There's a Chasseurs Famoso coming from the back, and it's able to do a lot of damage. Takes out the Roland. That's a pretty key moment, because now these Gazelles can go all in. But they're not. So he's going to try and kill what he can. He wants to get away from these infantry. The infantry will absolutely tear him apart. He cannot be around these infantry. There's too many of them. And he's just got to keep pushing forward and get what he can. Oh wow, this is a good play here by OneEyeShot. He's going to get a lot of points here. It might even pull ahead. I don't think he'll pull ahead, but he could pull ahead. It's possible. A tow moving up for Wolf. Just playing dirty right now. And the Gazelle looks like it's going to try and go for the tow. And infantry is actually doing a good job of cleaning a lot of this up. The Patton doesn't have much further to go. Kind of out of fuel right now. And of course they can attack while moving, but they do have lower accuracy while doing that. So that's a consideration. And he's in fact going to rally out 4 more Gazelles. Good choice. Of course there is no anti-aircraft unit here, so he might as well. The tow completely empty. Looks like he's going to try and use it as a buffer for now. might try and escape with these Martyr VTSIs. If he does, that's the greatest escape of the century. And he probably will get away with them. So the score is pretty close now. It's about 100-point difference, moved from about a 200-point difference. And you gotta realize that OneEyeShot is fighting with a lot less resources, so it kind of tells you that a lot of his plays are getting much more punch than we're getting from Wolf. And hold the phone. Chasseurs from my squad, entire squad will go down. No, actually, he just got in range of the vehicle. The vehicle wasn't micro back in time. And Martyr VTSIs are coming to join the fight. Your chasseurs from us are safe with me, he says, as he completely decimates this infantry vehicle. Anti-infantry vehicle. Will he get away? Ooh, just barely getting away. That's hot stuff. And both players seem to have the exact same mindset, rallying out a lot more helicopters. There is a Vulcan here, but it is currently stunned by artillery fire. And looks like it's going to get gunned down by the Cobra. And now both players are going to have a little bit of a helicopter frenzy. Of course, these Cobras have these 70mm shots. Do very good damage. These Apaches have their Hellfire rockets. Very long range, very good against your tanks. And he's got some more toes coming up, so he's very dedicated to being very anti-tank. And we can see the immediate reaction from OneEyeShot is like, oh god, I gotta rally out an anti-infantry. Speaking of sneakiness getting caught, the amount of helicopters on the map will in fact catch off what looks like a bunch of VDV squads. Is this happening? And now he's like, oh god, there's a squad here. He's just passing by it, and now he's like, oh no. It is a squad. And actually, it's not quite a VDV squad. It's these Rep from OS. Rep from OS are your advanced scout high damage packing unit that kind of die easily. It's one of these weird twisted units that I don't think anyone ever thought would get used, and here they are, getting swallowed up within seconds. So, huge lead back for Wolf again. The Rep from OS are expensive, and that was a big loss. And he's trying to sneak these helicopters around the map now, trying to go around the back. All the while, he has these helicopters up front, just doing damage, picking things off, doing what he can. And oddly enough, the weakness in the positioning for OneEyeShot is not even the main base, which is usually where you see a lot of weakness because people usually spread their force out. It's actually in this Gulf location where there's really no defense against helicopters. And realistically, if Wolf could spot this, he can move everything in and take it out. Note, there are some Yaugers in this little location here. I call these your spotter slash, oh my god, I did so much freaking damage infantry. It's really hard to remove them from this location, and they do a lot of damage. And they also end up spotting these for these roads. And spotting for the roads is pretty key. You gotta be able to know where the sneak attack's gonna be. He's moving a single helicopter up to help clean stuff up. It's also used for spotting. He might be able to catch the Spartan as well, which is trying to be sneaky, but it's failing. We're seeing a consolidation of forces here by OneEyeShot. He's moving everything around his main base. Looks like his plan might be, hopefully the enemy makes a mistake. And good on Wolf, though. He's being very active with his helicopters. Of course, you have to be. And he's actually going to go for it. He's going for one big giant push. Everything's moving together all at once. He's got a few more forces in the woods here, which he'll be using for this. And he's got to wipe out a fair amount of stuff to make this worthwhile. The rolling two, hopefully that dies. The toes, not very expensive. The Martyr VTSIs, all the infantry should all get cleaned up. He should be able to take back this position and then drive him to the other side. And that's the only way he's really going to be able to come back from this. So toes immediately targeting down the rolling two. Will it hit? Looks like it missed. I didn't see damage. Do you see damage? I did not see damage. Rallying in the Chinook helicopters. Probably because he's running out of supply vehicles? I don't know why. So apparently OneEyeShot made me look like an asshole and didn't go for any sort of crazy play. He just created a new arc. You move them all up very convincingly. Yager's still doing very well. Shastas from Moss going to push the Steelers out, and Gazelle's going to come in and swoop them. Oh my god. Helicopters almost just ran over infantry. That could have been dangerous. You never want to lose a helicopter to infantry. That's just embarrassing. Targeting systems hit. Will he run over? Just not in range. And we got 15 minutes left in the game. A little bit of madness has happened so far. Martyr VTSI is going to push across the... I said quas, didn't I? Across this bridge. And pull back. So I think OneEyeShot playing a little too defensively right now. Really needs to be able to get back in this game. And needs to do it in a very big way. Obviously this push from middle is not working. Oh, the OP just jumped in range of a Martyr VTSI. Now the OP's going to smash this location here with artillery. There's a lot of tanks here, so it shouldn't do too much damage. And in fact, we're seeing Wolf is going to redistribute those forces to be more spread out. All while Martyr VTSI going to run into Yagers and says, "Solo, I'm out of here." And that's exactly what he does. He's out of there. OneEyeShot, a little bit overwhelmed there. Beaten by a 1960 rated player. Okay, that's not unexpected. And yeah, it'll be Wolf versus Radis X Radis in round 6. Fairly decisive win here for Wolf. My name is Troublemaker, and I hope you enjoyed this match.